Hi and welcome to day 41 of 101 Days of Winter. Today's t-shirt. So yes, that's a Sinch shirt. My only one of them that I own, but yes. Today's movie is Once Were Warriors. Now, I didn't watch Once Were Warriors until pretty late, maybe like a year or two ago. I always thought it's got like rape in it and a lot of violence, and don't really want to see that. But it turned out to be a very good film. Probably not for probably for all the bad reasons, as in terms of things that I just found funny. Stuff like the stuff that leads up to the rape scene, as in the eggs. There's a lot of things in that movie which is like, holy crap. So I can't recommend it to everybody, unless you've got a sick sense of humour, or just a lot of this you just go, what? It just leaves you confused in going, is this really what it's like? Is this kind of accurate in how some families are? Sorry if I'm getting distracted. I'll show you what my desktop wallpaper is. A little bit distracted. I love Wild, it's so attractive. Because my wallpaper rotates, and it just changed, so I'm like, yes, hello. But yeah, Once Warriors was definitely a film where, if I probably saw this as a kid, I wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been on my list. But there's some funny things in here, and the rage that happens. A lot of other things that was sad, and so it actually pulled onto my emotions a bit. So yes, Once Were Warriors is definitely one of those films where you watch it and just go, wow. So yeah, so I'm not exactly going to be recommending it to everybody who watches this, but for the most part, it's a film that basically it deserves to exist. Haven't read the books that it's based on, or the sequels. I started to try to watch the second sequel. Sorry, the sequel, the second movie. Just couldn't do it. Start off incredibly slow, so yeah. So that's it. Once Warriors. That's today's movie. So I'm having breakfast, and I decided to use the vanilla malt milk with my cornflakes. Don't do it. It tasted really odd and really weird, and not at all tasty. At least the strawberry milk was somewhat palatable. Vanilla malt is not a go. So I replaced it just with normal milk. So I'm off to therapy now. Just got a message from my mate Aaron saying he won't be able to make the football on Friday, so he's coming and giving me his pass, because I need the pass for the game after that. But that means I'll have a spare pass this Friday to go to the footy. So I'll probably take Ben. If Ben's not willing to go, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask Jason again. I don't know. It's a nice sunny day out here. So that's something. But yeah, we'll be going to talk to my therapist about stuff that happened with Mason. So it'll be a week off from what we usually do, which is my schema stuff. But yeah, interesting times. Hopefully Ben will want to go to the footy, even though it's none of his teams. But alright, I'll yeah, so that's about it. So I'm nearly home. Therapy was interesting. Opened my eyes to a few things. A lot of things were confirmed. A lot of it was about the idea of, do you say yes because part of it is what you want, like the main goal is right, but how you achieve that goal, and I wouldn't say the quality, but some aspects of the goal would be weird. And that's something you gotta think about when things get opened up. I don't really know. It's very confusing. The last few days have been confusing for my brain. A lot of schema triggers were triggered, and now I'm all over the shop. So at least I know that I'm becoming a little bit more self-aware with said triggers. I still have to now then learn to develop a trait where I don't follow the threads, that I don't give in to that. But at least I'm prepared if something like this happens in the future, which I don't think it will. Not to me. I guess I should be lucky, or thanking that it hasn't been, as in, it hasn't happened to me. It happened to somebody else. But I always play it off as, what if it did happen to me? So I stopped recording that last one because there was a hot girl about to walk by, and one, I didn't want to look like a creep talking to my phone, and two, I didn't want her to be on camera on my phone because that would be ultra fucking creepy. I might be creepy, but I'm not that creepy. So I just watched a few of Anita Sarkis, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she's basically a feminist blogger, essentially. She has these videos up on YouTube that are basically women versus tropes of video games and writing and just different kind of feminist kind of viewpoints. And some of them are just, I just have to sigh and just, instead of making valid points against why there's very few women protagonists in games, which is a very real thing, instead it goes to like the common tropes of the damsel in distress, which isn't so much it's just poor writing that there's so many damsel in distress. It's easy to write, so that's why it gets done. And it's the same thing with her argument on the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Manic Pixie Dream Girls aren't reality. So, as in, with all the things that you can basically argue about how feminists don't have equal rights in some areas, to go to Hollywood and just be, as in, to have a go at the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, not because it's poor writing, like easy crap writing, it's, oh, women are looked at this way in Hollywood. I'm like, fucking hell. If you don't like it the way it is, do something about it rather than just
whinging that the easiest option is the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. And they don't even argue that the easiest option is Manic Pixie Dream Girl. They're arguing that males think females are their only the only reason for living is to create inspiration for a male, which is just it's reaching. It's really reaching. And that's a shock, because it's not a shock, it's as disgusting as the easy option to write the damsel in distress or Manic Pixie Dream Girl. They're easy. She is picking the easy options to have a go at. She also did a Twilight thing, why you're not allowed to like Twilight. Not because Edward is emotionally weird, but because he's a stalker. I'm just like, how about you're not allowed to like Twilight because it's shit? Isn't that a valid reason for not fucking liking Twilight? It's just, some of the times, as in the women and feminists, they don't want equal rights, they want domination. And this is just a poor excuse for going on rants or informed discussions, which you then remove comments because of trolls, which I totally get. But if you're going to make really shitty connections and try and tell it the way it is when that's not the way it is at all, to try and argue a point, misogynist and feminist rule, it's just a waste of everybody's time. You waste people's time watching your thing, because all you're doing is not inspiring intelligence or in thoughtful discussion. You're preaching hatred. You're preaching the differences between the male and female. You're not doing the right thing by females at all. So that's the one thing I just don't get with a lot of these feminists. To whinge about certain things that they don't, it doesn't, it's just stupid. Here you go, listen to this.
It is no secret that the video game industry boasts some of the most sexually objectified, stereotyped, and downright oppressive portrayals of women in any medium.
Downright oppressive. Oppressive. Let me get oppressive. I've got nothing.
So that's it from me today. I'm going to bed now. Had a pretty good day. It was a weird one. Watching Venture Brothers now. And yeah. Feeling pretty tired. It's weird watching those videos. It's just, I want to support feminism, it's just, some of it's just gone way past the point of equal rights. They just frustrating. There's so much more to be done in a lot of female, gay minorities. It's just, some of the time, come on, you're better than that. Anyway, I'm going to sleep now. Catch us later.